How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the final Patron what if for the week. I mean, I do have one more patron who can give a suggestion, but I haven't heard back from him. So John Lister, if you're watching this, I can still take a suggestion from you. Anyways, today I'm going to be taking Always Zero's suggestion, which is, what if Namekians got Zenkais? If you guys want to have your what if turned into a video, then make sure to join my Patreon. Huge shout out to all my current patrons, as along with Always Zero, we have Dreadpool, Patrick Sandlin, Mr. Darkness, and John Lister. You guys really help in keeping this channel going. Anyways, let's dive straight into this scenario. Now, for this scenario, obviously you're going to have to focus on all Namekians, and that's kind of impossible, mainly since we don't know any huge conflicts that the Namekians went through back on Namek, besides the cataclysm that wiped out most of the planet. You can say that Guru would have gotten a pretty sizable Zenkai boost through surviving, and then repopulating the Namekian race. So Guru would probably have gotten a lot stronger. Of course, this might actually help out the other Namekians. Since Guru's a lot stronger through spitting out a bunch of eggs to repopulate the Namekian race, Nail might actually be a lot stronger, since Guru was as well. But unfortunately for now, we're not going to be getting straight into these Namekians up until the Frieza Saga, so we're going to have to jump back to Earth. On Earth, Kami and King Piccolo would obviously be a little bit stronger. We again don't know any huge conflicts that they got into, especially for Kami, but I'm pretty sure the split between good and evil would cause a bit of Zenkai, meaning Piccolo and Kami would be a little bit stronger. Even though Piccolo would be slightly stronger, he would still be sealed away by Mutaito, and unleashed years later by the Pilaf gang. Now, I'm pretty sure that laying an egg is pretty draining, as King Piccolo flat out gets exhausted once he lays an egg, meaning that this could lead to a Zenkai boost, similar to what happened with Guru. It wouldn't hit right away though, since Piccolo would need time to heal. This isn't a near-death experience, of course, but he's giving up some of his life force to give these guys life, meaning this would of course give him a Zenkai boost. But since he lays eggs for Tambourine and Piano, Piccolo would get 2 Zenkais, which isn't the greatest for our heroes. Tambourine would probably be a little stronger, but since Goku also gets his own Zenkai, Tambourine would still be killed. With Symbol unleashed, Piccolo would get another Zenkai, which is like, oh crap, that's no good. Yajirobe would probably have a little bit more trouble with Symbol, but in the end, he would still be defeated. Now for the climactic showdown between Goku and King Piccolo. This fight would be a much bigger curb stomp than in canon, as Piccolo has gotten around 3 Zenkai since he was brought back. So this time when Goku fights him, and is blasted away, this damage is much greater, and Goku is put in a catatonic state for much longer. Now, in all logic sense, Goku should be dead here. But if Goku dies, this wouldn't be a very long scenario, so instead I'm just going to be putting Goku out of commission, in a coma for a very long time. Yajirobe can sense a small heartbeat, so he doesn't just bury Goku alive. Since Yajirobe has no idea what to do now, he just drops Goku off at a hospital nearby and hopes for the best. The terror of Piccolo would last as normal, most of the old school Z fighters being killed, up until the battle between Drum and Tien. Piccolo unleashed another demon, which gives him yet another Zenkai, pushing his power up through the roof. Tien would be killed by Drum, and then West City would be completely destroyed on Piccolo Day. The only heroes left at this point are Bulma, Yamcha, and Launch. These 3 tried to make it to the king's castle to help Tien, but they arrived far too late. Everything is destroyed. Even Bulma's parents are gone, and she is completely devastated. The only one with any power to do anything as of now is Yamcha. Yamcha's leg still isn't healed yet from Tien, but there isn't anybody left to help him. He's the only chance that they all have to defeat King Piccolo. But if he tries to go in now, then he'll be killed just like everybody else. There has to be something he can do. Then remember something. Goku went to go and train at this Korin place to get stronger, so maybe if he goes to train with Korin, he may have a chance at defeating Piccolo. The 3 wait at Kame House for Yamcha's leg to heal, and are just in pure panic constantly, as Piccolo is currently the ruler of this planet, and they just have to sit there, as the world around them dives into pure chaos. After a few weeks, the 3 fly up the Korin Tower, with Korin impressed that they just managed to fly up here, rather than climb the tower like anybody else. Yamcha pleads with Korin to let him train, as he's the Earth's only hope against Piccolo. Korin can sense it as well. Goku's ki is so small that it's undetectable. It seems that Yamcha is really the Earth's only hope against the Demon King. Yamcha begins his training under Korin to get the Divine Water, and it may take more than 3 days for him to get the water since he's not as skilled as Goku, but it also may take less time since he may have gotten on Goku's level from the Red Ribbon Saga. Even if Yamcha does manage to get the water fast, I'm pretty sure Korin will allow him to use the Ultra Divine Water to increase his strength even more. This isn't something Korin would normally like to just give out to anybody, but Yamcha is pretty much the only one who might have a chance to defeat Piccolo, so he might as well try it. Yamcha takes the Ultra Divine Water, and it takes quite a while for him to unleash his potential and not die. Yamcha wouldn't die either, as we saw in the Yamcha manga where he already took it, and he lived. And sure, that was technically somebody else who took over Yamcha's body, but it's still Yamcha, so I'm gonna say that he lives. Yamcha would get a lot stronger, though he wouldn't get as strong as Goku would have been before his fight with the Demon King. Korn can sense that Yamcha isn't as powerful, and that he needs to stay here and train some more. During this time period of Yamcha training with Korn, Goku wakes up in an abandoned hospital. Since Piccolo took over, all crime is pretty much legal, so the hospitals all got raided. This event is similar to Rick waking up into Walking Dead, as Goku wanders around the abandoned hospital, wondering what happened here. Goku leaves the hospital and has no idea where to go, as the whole town looks like it's been abandoned. Goku yells out for the flying Nimbus, but unfortunately, Nimbus was destroyed by Tambourine, so he's going to have to travel on foot for now. He decides to go to Korn Tower, as he might be able to help him out, but it's going to take a little while for him to make it there, as he's very groggy and he's traveling on foot. The journey to Korn lasts a couple of weeks, and when Goku finally makes it there, he's greeted by Bora and Upa, who agree to help bring him up to the tower. Once Bora brings Goku up there, Yamcha is extremely happy to see his friend again, as he thought he was dead. Goku is very banged up, and he is given a Senzu Bean to restore his health. Goku asks what exactly happened, and he is given all the info about Piccolo and how everybody is pretty much dead. This enrages Goku, and he wants to go off and defeat Piccolo himself, but Yamcha says that he just keeps getting stronger, so the two are going to have to train together, and make sure they're up to the task of fighting him. Though it's hard to not immediately rush in, Goku decides he has to stay and train to defeat Piccolo. Goku is given the Ultra Divine Water as well to increase his power, and him and Yamcha begin training together with Korn. Goku and Yamcha train for the next few months to really get their abilities down pat, and eventually, they manage to gain incredible power. Since these two started working together, they managed to both be around the 300s in power level, which as of right now, is above King Piccolo that they know of. They feel confident in being able to fight him off. Korn gives Goku a new Nimbus, and him and Yamcha fly off to go deal with Piccolo. The two make their way to the King's castle, and agree to buy a whole hell of a lot of demon spawn, who they manage to fight off and kill most of them. When they come up to King Piccolo himself, he has gotten much stronger through unleashing his demons, and getting Zenkais from it. The two didn't expect Piccolo to be this powerful, and they have to work together to be able to do anything against him. Piccolo is brutal with his attacks, aiming to kill each of these guys. But since Goku and Yamcha have been working together for a while, they're able to have good fighting synergy to push back Piccolo. Think of it like Goku and Vegeta working together against Jiren in the manga. Of course, Piccolo is still very strong, and everybody is exhausted from the fight, with Yamcha barely being able to stand on his feet. Goku still uses the power pole luckily to push Piccolo back, and there isn't a Tien to be taken hostage now, so Piccolo just flies up into the air to completely destroy the two himself. Goku is pretty angry now, as if he doesn't do anything, him and Yamcha are going to die, and the world is going to be destroyed. Goku unleashes a Kamehameha out of his feet, launching himself up into the air, and blasting right through the demon, finally ending the madness. Piccolo, with his final breath, gives out one more child, Piccolo Jr., and then explodes. Goku and Yamcha have won. The two brought a Senzu with them to split, and they gained their strength back. They return to Korn, and as usual, manage to go up to Kami, and have him restore the Dragon Balls. Luckily, Bulma and Launch got the remains of the Dragon Ball, so they summon Shenron, and revive all those who have been killed by Piccolo and his children. This slightly different Piccolo saga ends, with Goku and Yamcha this time, training up on the lookout with Kami. Luckily for these two, since they're still working together up there, they get even stronger than Goku would have been in canon. So after the 3 years, the two are pretty much as strong as Goku would have been at the beginning of the Saiyan saga. Of course, Piccolo Jr. is much stronger now too, due to all the Zenkais that his predecessor got. The next World Tournament happens with Tien and Krillin being a tad bit weaker without Yamcha, and Goku being much stronger because of Yamcha. Yamcha is really helping out in this scenario. The first few matches pretty much go as normal, except when Piccolo fights Krillin, Krillin stands no chance at all, and doesn't even get to put up a good fight, as he is literally nothing compared to Piccolo. Yamcha and Shen goes very differently as well, as Yamcha is stronger than Kami now, and knows who he is. Shen is only here to just in case seal away Piccolo, and he knows that Yamcha will be more of a match for Piccolo than he would be, so he lets Yamcha win the fight. Goku vs Tien is a curb stomp, and then Yamcha has to fight off Junior. Surprisingly, Yamcha and Piccolo Jr. are pretty much on par, since they are both much stronger, and this fight would go pretty similar to the original Goku vs Jr., with Yamcha being less great at the strategies, but his power more than makes up for it. I think Piccolo would actually win this fight, but it would be a very tough match, and he's exhausted after Yamcha is knocked out. He knows he won't be able to make it on to the next match, as Goku is stronger than even Yamcha, and this fight will be a curb stomp for Goku. Piccolo is enraged and goes to just destroy the arena itself, but Goku stops him, telling him to knock it off. Piccolo is very angry and goes to attack Goku, but Goku just dodges all of his attacks and tells him to knock it off. They can still fight for the last match, but not if he's going to act like this. Piccolo doesn't understand why Goku is being nice to him, and backs away, saying one day he'll get his revenge on Goku, and he just flies off into the mountains. Goku is disappointed, as he could have given him a senzu bean for their fight, but Piccolo is way too stubborn, and he just left. Meaning, Goku is declared the winner of the tournament by forfeit, and Goku is pretty disappointed he didn't have to have a good fight. But hopefully Piccolo will get stronger later down the line, and they can find out sometime. Yamcha is given a senzu bean and declared a hero for pretty much being the one to stop Piccolo, and that increases his ego greatly. With the tournament over, Goku and Chi-Chi go off together, while Yamcha goes off with Bulma, so she can, thank him for saving them. Piccolo's off by himself now, training to get stronger than Goku, and these guys are already much stronger than they would be in the Saiyan saga. So, when Raditz eventually comes around, it's going to be a very interesting fight. We're going to leave that for next time though. As you can see, Namekians getting Zenkais right off the bat was actually very bad for our heroes, as the Piccolos were originally evil, so them getting Zenkai boosts pretty much killed everybody on Earth. Luckily though, we're going to be moving into Piccolo being a good guy now, so him getting Zenkais should actually help out in the future. I hope you liked this scenario, Always Zero, and I'll see you all in the next video. Till we meet again, guys. See you later!